On the night of March 13th, my old lacrosse team, St. Mary's College of Maryland, walked off the field after a tough loss. Everyone was really upset because it was a really important game. After the game, we all went up to the hospitality suite to grab food, like we did after every game. Everyone gathered in a circle and started talking about the game. Slowly, the news started to shift to that Tom Hanks and Rudy Gobert got that weird virus named after a beer, and that the NBA was to pause all games. My biggest concern was that my favorite team, the Capitals, would stop playing. After a couple days, I knew that we were going home after Towson had sent their students home. We were done for the rest of the season and leaving school in a few days. After some debate from our schools and coaches, we played one final game at McDaniel College. After that, we went back to campus and got ready to head home. When we got back, the college was barren. There were no cars in the parking lot, there was no music, there was no lights. It honestly felt like a zombie apocalypse. We'd gotten permission from the school to stay one last night because our game ended so late. But the rest of the school turned in their keys and left early that morning. I was ready to leave, so I decided to head home that night. Since that day, I have not returned. I believe that colleges made the right choice last semester. The only way to slow the spread of coronavirus was for everyone to stay home and not go out. Classes were going fine online, and they were going to continue through next semester. So, I'm wondering, why do colleges think it would be any different this semester? My purpose is to persuade you, or even a college student who went on campus this semester, that it is the wrong choice for colleges to open campus back up. Well, let's look at the facts. Mononucleosis, also known as mono, is an illness spread by kissing, sharing water bottles, or anything involving saliva. It is widespread in colleges, and about 10% of all college students get it before the end of their 4 years. Imagine all the tight, cramped spaces around college campuses. Dorms and apartments hold usually 2 to 4 people, and in an average about 130 square feet. Bars, parties, and tailgates are packed and sweaty. Classes at some major universities are over 200 people. The rate of infection would have been much higher than 10% for an illness spread through breathing rather than through saliva. Colleges tried their best to make it happen. They implemented mask mandates for everyone on campus. Dorms were limited to 50% capacity, and almost no classes were in person. The University of Maryland went so far as to ban students from coming back to campus if they went home for Thanksgiving to see their family. But what colleges didn't account for was college towns, like College Park. Frat houses hosted parties, bars remained open, apartments were available for students who didn't live on campus. All these added up and combined for a COVID breakout in almost every college campus. In an article by the LA Times, Kristen Bibbins, who is an expert on pandemics from the University of California, San Francisco, said, "I think it's inevitable that colleges are risky environments. I don't know why colleges didn't just listen to the experts." New York Times found over 252,000 cases reported on college campuses. Over 50 colleges had over 1,000 cases as of November 10th. These stats also don't include any students living off campus, any community members like teachers, administrators, and retail and store workers. These people go back to their families and continue to spread the virus to other people, who then spread the virus to other people, and it's a never-ending cycle. Super spreader events, like parties, were mainly limited to a couple every weekend where not the whole campus would be attending. But on Halloween, the whole campus always comes out to party. There were students not wearing masks with their costumes, getting drunk, and being in close contact with other students. I believe that Halloween was the tipping point for colleges and COVID. It has been 13 days since Halloween, and COVID cases are the highest they've been in the United States, even before the shutdown. Over 14 college football games were canceled this week, more than any other week before. One of those games being the highly anticipated Maryland versus Ohio State. Maryland had 8 confirmed cases and has now shut down all football operations. This was the only game the Big Ten canceled, but down south, the SEC has canceled 4 games as of today. As of right now, on November 13th, colleges are sending out their messages to students saying that they have to leave campus and return home for the rest of the semester. The students were allowed to move in September and are now just being kicked out again. While college kids are old enough to make their own decisions, colleges should have made the right decision for everyone and closed campus this semester. There were too many warning signs for colleges to open back up. They tried to make guidelines for students to follow, but failed to account for off-campus activities. With over 252,000 cases as of November 5th, Halloween activities and parties finally put COVID over the edge for colleges, and now they're being forced to send students home. This whole situation could have been avoided if colleges decided to close for this semester, or at least till COVID slowed down. I hope I was able to convince you that college campuses should have stayed closed. Thank you.